It's Dragon Source, sexiest man alive, alien slayer, demon slayer, superhero. And we're live on New Earth. Let's go. So, this video is about passive aggression. How has being passive aggressive become the norm in this society? So many people with repressed, pent up rage they have no outlet for. So many people just want to pick fights over absolutely nothing because they gave up on fighting the real fight in their life. They gave up on any form of true freedom or sovereignty, and so they settled for picking fights with the slaves around them. That's the essence of what it is in most cases. Look at the beautiful lavenders. All right, we're going to keep it positive. Okay, nice, beautiful spring day out here near the Turtle Bay. So, being passive aggressive has become the norm. Why? You know, people gossiping. Just the other day, one of my roommates put the garbage cans out in front of the house. It's blocking the whole driveway. Not really necessary because the neighbor's house, there's no cars parked in front of it. It's 30 feet of empty space. But apparently, can't put them in front of the neighbor's house. Or, you know, apparently there's some kind of fear there that I'm not aware of, but they are. And then she snapped on me because I moved the garbage can 3 feet to the right for one of them to be in front of the corner of the edge of their front yard. Just so I could get my car in, and then want to snap on me. And I'm not complaining. I'm just using that as an example. Like, just why? Like, we're fighting over 3 feet of space over a garbage can. We're fighting over who said this to who. We're fighting over gossip games. We're fighting over parking spaces. We're fighting over who came up with this meme first. We're fighting over, haggling over dollars, right? You know, everyone's trying to get the best deal. Like, what is it with this slave? Look at the butterfly. With this slave poverty abundance block mentality. Like, people are... Oh, it's really beautiful. People are blocked, man. Woman. People just have like a whole bunch of desires that they kind of gave up on or don't believe they can attain. People are fighting for limited space, all crowded around each other in cities. Like, why live in an apartment right there next to each other? Shouldn't we all have our own home that's like hundreds of feet apart from each other if we want? Right? Like, shouldn't we all own our own house, even if it's just a freaking teepee? Shouldn't we all have our own space that is as far away from each other as we want? Why are we all packed in to these close little spaces, bickering and fighting with each other over scraps? I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. The entire thing is ridiculous. It's a setup, clearly. And so people feel blocked, you know, traffic jams, and that plays out mentally. Just no breathing room because it's all these thoughts attacking you. Oh, this bill. Oh, that gossip. I got to keep up this character, this ego, and all that just gets exhausting. And then people get crabby and bitch at each other over nothing, over nothing, over absolutely nothing. Oh, we got to enforce all these rules and law. Like, do we really need laws? Do we need, like, serious question? Would we be better off with no laws? Yeah, there'd be more murder. Okay. Yeah, there'd be more stealing. Okay. Yeah, there'd probably be more rape. But on the whole, we live in a free world. You know, no laws but the cosmic universal laws. Do whatever you want all day. But if we did away with laws, then there'd be true anarchy, and given the fallen condition of the human mass consciousness, we'd probably just end up forming, oh, look at the butterfly. We'd probably just end up forming rival gangs based on territory, your demographic, your hood, your block, your race. I mean, just really base primal things. We'd probably just end up forming rival gangs, and then it'd be a battle of guns and knives, and probably be like Mad Max, somewhere not that bad. Probably be somewhere between Mad Max and a Native American type situation. Probably somewhere in the middle, depending on how optimistic or pessimistic you are. So, is anarchy the solution? I mean, people have been so programmed to need this, like, people need the system. They wouldn't really know how to act without it at this stage in the game. So, I mean, would I rather face the government and pay taxes, or would I rather try to find a gang and stack up on guns and ammunition in a Mad Max society? I don't know. Neither of them really sounds that appealing. I'd probably still take my chances on the Mad Max society, though. Just, being the dragon over here. But comment below. What's your pick? Would you rather exist in a state of anarchy? Would you rather exist in a society of anarchy? Personally, I vote yes. But the ideal is to create a utopia, right? A source nation, live from New Earth. Read the description. Place where the beautiful minds can all, come together, all right? High level spirits, high level minds, and just advance the conversation forward, build our own society, our own currency, right? A system where there's not as much, dependence and crippling narratives going on. It's more about abundance mindset. Just grow, be free, a cooperative spirit, all right? We don't need to be playing power games, because if you're going to be playing power games, winner take all games, as it goes down in basically all first world countries, really every country, now that I think about it, it's very winner take all. It really is. 1% of the population having over half the total wealth. Like, how does that even happen? Well, now you're getting into the reptilian brain. That's how that happens. Forming dominance hierarchies, right? And ritualistically doing something. Like, the reptilian brain is very primal. It's very tribalistic. It's very ritualistic. It likes a specific order, a specific dominance hierarchy, and it wants to know its place in it so it can repeatedly do those rituals associated with that role. It's fight or flight. It's the fear mechanism that's controlling most people's lives. It's so if you really want to be free, you have to transcend fear, the reptilian brain, essentially, which is at the core of your brain. Then it's the limbic system, right? And then it's the neocortex around that, the outer layer, the most evolved layer, right? The limbic system in the middle is more so related to your emotions. It's more watery. It's the mammalian brain, they call it, right? So it's 3 layers of your brain. Visualize it as concentric circles: reptilian, mammalian, and neocortex, aka human, right? So if you want to deconstruct consciousness from the inside out, the reason the world is so messed up is because most people truly haven't gotten past the reptilian brain, their fear, fight or flight control center, which is why fear is governing most people's lives, and the governing mental states, operates off fear. They use fear to control people, right? So, not to go too far off topic here, but getting back to the point of passive aggression, we all have a certain amount of intrinsic aggression in us, being in an animal body, okay? It's just that this society has truly left us very few ways of expressing that aggression. So it has to come out in covert forms verbally, like gossip or making backstabbing career moves, or being an aggressive salesman, or maybe you're into sports. Like, these are possible outlets for that aggressive energy and the desire to rise up the dominance hierarchy. It's all reptilian brain stuff. When you transcend that, it's like then you're actually a walking god, and you're not even concerned about where the world tries to put you in the pecking order. You're just divine. Like, I don't care what people say I may come across as to them based on their limited perception. Oh, look at the dog. Yeah, cooling off, cooling off. I feel you. So, right, dogs have their dominance hierarchy. Oh, there's another one. The alpha in the pack, all right? Dragon is the alpha over here. The king of the dogs, live from Source Nation, all right? Pull up and take your dog, all right? You know, they want to roll with the dragon. It's cool, I get it. No owner in sight. Oh, okay. All right. What was I saying? Right. So, dominance hierarchies and pecking orders. Like, I'm above all that. I've transcended that mentally. I don't let, when anyone else says to me, define my place in society. You can't make me feel like a slave. Like, I'm a god. I'm a god. So are you once you tap in. Passive aggressiveness. It's just the desire to fully express yourself, but you have a blockage from being able to do that based on the structure and social paradigms of this society, right? It's not socially acceptable to just start a wrestling match, in the middle of the office when you have a disagreement, right? So where does that energy come out? It comes out later arguing over garbage cans, right? When it could have been resolved right there. Okay, I mean, this is how people get killed on full moons. Like, seriously. You got to let that anger out. You got to find a way to just free yourself, free your mind, and stop worrying so much what society thinks of you. Tries to put you in a certain role, cast you in a certain place in the economic system, a certain class. Okay, that's not you. That's just a character that the world wants you to play, which is just their imagination of you. There's your imagination of you, and there's the world's imagination of you, and everyone has their own imagination of you. Truly, none of those imaginations are the source, are the true light. It's just different projections. And there may be a large cumulative projection based on the common consensus hive mind mass consciousness that believes that because you're only making X amount of dollars, or has this kind of car, or this kind of job, that you're this kind of person. These are all just superficial constructs. Like, I'm an infinite being. I'm a god. I agree to no terms and conditions that put me in any form of a box. All right? I'm not worried about it. These are just people's projections, and my spirit is so potent because I got the spiritual integrity, man. I'm glowing. Like, you can't, any weapon formed against me shall not prosper. Okay? It just won't. So, I mean, you could hate all you want. You could say I'm not a god. You could say, oh, you're just a slave like everyone else. You could say you ain't got it like that, or whatever. Like, I would disagree with all of that. I have it on the inside, which is the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters at Ascension Point. All right? Live from New Earth. Let's go, okay? Get your anger out of you. Get it flowing. Come to the river. All right, just breathe. Don't worry about it. Evolve past the reptilian brain. Let it out. Calm down, all right? All right? You can be alpha without having to be overbearing about it. All right? You don't have to go beating your chest in front of everybody. You just be it. It's just the essence. It's just the vibe. just the aura. I'm magnetic. So are the ones of Source Nation. Read the description, join the conversation, download the Signal app, get your consultation because we're not conning you, we're putting you on, we're making you more. I'm going to solve your problems for you. Payment is made on a sliding scale, totally up to you. I love you. Live from New Earth. Let's go. Stay sexy. I now command my spirit to take all the thoughts in my head, drop them in my heart, and make me totally real on the Creation Lightship New Earth timeline of a viral video for Source on ASAP. 54321, 54321, and 54321. Done. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video to whoever needs to hear it. Stay sexy.